Nicholas Lemann, Transaction Man, The Rise of the Deal and the Decline of the American Dream. Welcome to the engaging summary of Nicholas Lemann's seminal work, Transaction Man, The Rise of the Deal and the Decline of the American Dream. As you dive into this insightful narrative, you will embark on a historical journey filled with economic doctrines, their influence on U.S. government and business policy, and the subsequent rise of corporations. You will explore issues surrounding big business regulation and social stability while examining the transition from corporate accountability to a more individualistic pursuit of profit. Neck deep in the current era's economic disruptions, this book raises questions on the role of governments, corporations, and community-driven solutions amidst a rapidly changing world.
Economics in a Democratic World. Nicholas Lemann's Transaction Man explores the history of economic doctrines and argues that pluralistic democratic processes are the best for economies and societies. The book offers an engaging perspective on the world economy in flux, and the author's insightful observations have brought rave reviews from leading economists. Readers seeking companion works to explore economic disruptions may also benefit from Benjamin Applebaum's The Economist's Hour and Daniel Markovitz's The Meritocracy Trap. Tackling concentrated wealth. In The Big Test, Nicholas Lemann portrays the 1890s as a period of turmoil that raised concerns about the compatibility of concentrated wealth and ordinary citizens' freedom and welfare. Adolph Burley, one of President Roosevelt's advisors, contended that corporations had unlimited size and power and were answerable to no one, proposing intervention to regulate them. Burley's suggestions, such as separating investment banks and regulating corporate stocks and bonds, were eventually implemented as laws. Lemann illustrates that Burley believed that the government needed to have more power than corporations to maintain social stability, coherence, and economic security. The evolution of American capitalism. Nicholas Lemann delves into the transformation of American capitalism by contrasting the opposing views of Karl Polanyi and Peter Drucker. While Polanyi argued that governments should regulate capitalism, Drucker contended that corporations didn't need regulation. Their ideas, as Lemann argues, influenced U.S. government and business policy in the ensuing decades. Lemann also observes the shift of American values from individualism to conformity due to corporate culture, with corporations taking care of workers while being held accountable by government and labor unions. U.S. Economic Setbacks. Lemann discusses the different economic issues that affected the U.S. economy in the 1970s. The emergence of Japanese car manufacturers, oil supply crises, and inflation resulted in financial hardships. However, the author points out that mutual funds offered an avenue for maintaining the value of one's money, while junk bonds presented opportunities for high returns despite their high risks. Wall Street's shifting priorities. Lemann explores how Wall Street's focus changed from serving the needs of corporations to becoming responsive to large institutional investors, leading to a shift in corporate mission from social purpose to serving shareholders. The practice of augmenting executive pay with company shares, transforming managers into owners, raised concerns. The Emergence of Transaction Man. Nicholas Lemann's book tracks the rise of Transaction Man on Wall Street. This individualistic ethos prioritized personal gain over government regulations and safety nets. Lemann argues that this has contributed to the decline of the U.S. middle class and increased economic inequality. Corporate breakups and mergers, as well as the Internet's influence, further weakened the loyalty between companies and employees. In the end, Lemann suggests that the winner-take-all mentality of Transaction Man has had a lasting impact on the financial success of individuals and corporations. Embracing pluralism in democracy. In his book, Nicholas Lemann argues that pluralism in democracy is a messy and contentious system that cannot be subordinated to one idea of the common good. In a democracy, power is distributed, and no single entity gains overarching control. Therefore, it is wrong to understand society in terms of one monolithic set of interests being pitted against each other. Lemann posits that institutions are indispensable in a pluralist democracy, and government should intervene in markets to protect ordinary citizens. He believes that outsized corporations should not dominate the economy and society, and instead, private entities and the government should work together for a diverse and inclusive society. Lemann's insight on American capitalism. Lemann draws on his insightful understanding of social and economic trends and provides a comprehensive history of the evolution of American capitalism in the 20th century. While his work is not politically biased, Lemann vehemently advocates a return to community and collective societal outcomes and denounces the current society's destructive individualistic and avaricious attitudes. He provides a valuable overview of the seismic shifts in the U.S. economy and culture, making it an essential read for anyone who wants to understand how these shifts have impacted the economy and society at large.
As we come to the close of Nicholas Lemann's compelling narrative in A Transaction Man, it is evident that the author deeply believes in the virtues of a pluralistic democracy for the betterment of society. The chief takeaways are the critical understanding of historical economic shifts, the importance of accountable corporations in a democratic process, and an urgent call for a return to a more community-minded vision of society. Lemann's work highlights the destructive nature of short-sighted individualism and persuasively advocates for governments and private entities to work together in fostering a healthier, more inclusive socio-economic environment.